Imagine stepping across the threshold of your home one quiet afternoon, only to realize that the very space meant to comfort and protect you has turned into an obstacle course of uncertainties. You shuffle through dimly lit hallways, fumbling for light switches in the dark. You nearly trip over a small rug that you can't see clearly because the lighting is weak. And then it hits you. If a minor stumble like this can cause so much worry at 68 or 72 or 78, what else might happen in this home that once felt so welcoming? The fear of losing independence looms larger every day, especially if you've witnessed friends or family members relocate to assisted living because they no longer felt safe under their own roofs. You start to wonder if you're heading down that same path. Most people your age handle these concerns by simply trying to be more careful, but that approach often overlooks a host of modern solutions designed to make life easier, not more complicated. The truth is, there's far more at stake than mere convenience. Failing to adapt your home environment to your changing needs can gradually erode your confidence. It can limit your mobility, isolate you from your community, and force you to give up simple pleasures like baking for your grandchildren or relaxing in your favorite chair without fretting about whether you'll be able to get up again. It's not just about one slip or one burnt meal. It's about preserving your autonomy and dignity long term. Today, we're going to explore 7 powerful upgrades that can dramatically change the way you live at home after 65. These smart home features aren't just fancy gadgets. They are transformative tools that can help you reclaim or maintain your independence. We'll look at each feature in depth, uncover why it matters, and explore an overlooked truth or two about how it might save you time, worry, money, and in some cases, even your health. Stay with me all the way through because the 7th and final upgrade is something most people have never even heard of, yet it can create a ripple effect of positive changes in nearly every corner of your home life. Specialists in senior care and technology are finally recognizing that we're living in an era when it's possible to combine the wisdom of age with the innovations of modern tech. That synergy can be downright life-changing. If you've ever doubted whether new gadgets could really help with balance, memory, security, or peace of mind, you're in for a pleasant surprise. And I'm here to share insights that come from years of observing how older adults thrive when they install just the right kinds of smart features. Before we begin, take a moment to do something important. Subscribe or follow this channel and tap the notification bell if you want to stay informed about the latest ways to keep living life on your terms. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments below. If it doesn't resonate with you, type 0 so I know where to improve. Your feedback shapes the kind of content I create to better serve you. Now let's delve into the first major upgrade worth considering, one that might seem like a small detail but can truly reshape the comfort and safety of your entire household. The first powerful feature to consider is advanced lighting solutions. You might be thinking, light is light, how complex can it be? But it's time to challenge the conventional wisdom that all lighting is created equal. Many seniors believe that installing a brighter bulb in a lamp is enough to fix vision-related challenges. However, one of the biggest misconceptions is that bright overhead lights, or even a table lamp, will meet all your needs. The reality is far more nuanced. Consider Marjorie, age 74. She lived in the same home for over 3 decades with lighting that had never been updated. She thought leaving the hall light on was enough to keep her safe during late-night trips to the bathroom. One evening, though, a small shadow cast by a piece of furniture hit a stray object on the floor. She tripped, fractured her wrist, and spent months in physical therapy. Doctors explained that had her lighting been more strategically placed, perhaps motion-activated and installed at lower heights to illuminate potential tripping hazards, she might have avoided that injury entirely. It turns out that the best lighting for seniors is layered and adaptive. You can install smart bulbs with motion sensors in hallways, entry points, or bathrooms. They activate the moment you step into the space, ensuring you don't have to fumble for switches. New LED strips placed under counters or along baseboards can give off a gentle glow at night, reducing glare while highlighting where you're walking. These small touches create a world of difference, especially if you're dealing with age-related vision changes or issues like cataracts and macular degeneration. Even more surprising is how these adaptive lighting solutions can help regulate your sleep patterns. Studies show that exposure to cooler, brighter light in the morning can help you feel more awake, while warmer, dimmer light in the evening signals your brain to wind down. The simple shift of color temperature throughout the day is a game changer for many older adults who struggle with insomnia or restless nights. If you're looking for a straightforward, actionable first step, consider installing motion-activated nightlights in places where you frequently walk in the dark, such as the hallway between your bedroom and bathroom. They're inexpensive, easy to set up, and can reduce the risk of late-night falls almost instantly. Beyond safety, there's a tremendous emotional benefit here. When you know the path is automatically lit for you, you feel less anxious about moving around the house, which can restore a sense of control and autonomy. Improved lighting might sound minor in the grand scheme of your home, but it can have an outsized effect on your daily confidence. When you can see your surroundings clearly, you regain a measure of independence that's worth its weight in gold. Let's move on to another vital element of a smart home: security systems tailored to seniors. We often assume that security alarms and cameras are for preventing break-ins, but there's a deeper issue at play for older adults. Many believe a standard alarm system or a simple door chain is enough. The misconception is that these older methods can fully protect you from modern threats, or that you'll easily remember to set and reset them. Think about Gerald, a 76-year-old who prided himself on never having to lock his doors in his peaceful neighborhood. Times changed, though, and he found himself increasingly anxious after a neighbor's home was burglarized. He installed a generic alarm system, but often forgot to arm it, or he got confused by the complicated panel, so it rarely provided the reassurance he was paying for. Then he discovered integrated smart security systems that could be managed from a simple touchscreen or even voice-activated. Suddenly, it wasn't just about preventing crime, it was about feeling safe every moment of the day. He could check his front yard camera feed using a device on his coffee table, or even speak a command to make sure his doors were locked. These newer systems do more than ring alarms. They send alerts directly to your phone or to a trusted family member if something unusual happens. Some even pair with professional monitoring services that will contact emergency responders if you don't respond within a certain time frame. Contrary to what many people think, you don't need to be a tech wizard to use them. Many come with large icons, voice prompts, and an easy-to-understand interface specifically designed for seniors who want simplicity. It's worth noting that the real impact of a robust, smart security system isn't just about thwarting criminals. It's about alleviating the mental burden of what-if questions. When you know your home is monitored, that an alert will go out if a window is broken or your door is forced, you can relax in a way you might not have felt comfortable doing for years. That mental ease can also improve your overall well-being, since less worry often translates into better sleep and a more positive outlook. If you're finding these first two insights valuable and you're still with me, comment 2 below to let me know you're here. Your engagement keeps me motivated to dive deeper into these topics. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a great time to do it, especially if peace of mind is something you value. Building on that sense of security, let's address a feature that might feel almost magical: voice-activated assistants. Many seniors are under the impression that voice assistants like Alexa, Google Assistant, or Siri are just for tech-savvy millennials. The misconception is that they're gimmicks used to play music or set timers. The truth is these devices can be a lifeline for older adults looking to maintain independence. Take Anne, 79, for example. She lives alone and has early-stage arthritis that sometimes makes it tough to grip small objects like phone screens or remote controls. At first, she scoffed at the idea of talking to a machine, but the day she realized she could simply say, "Turn on the lights," or "Lock the door," her life changed. Suddenly, she wasn't straining to reach for switches, twisting her wrists to close deadbolts, or fumbling with tiny buttons to adjust her thermostat. Even more surprising is how voice assistants can support memory and daily routines. You can set reminders for medication times, doctor appointments, or even to drink water. You can create shopping lists, ask for the news or weather forecast, and use them to call or send a message to a loved one. Think about how crucial this can be if you happen to take a spill and need help, but your phone isn't within reach. A simple voice command can connect you to someone who can assist you. For a practical first step, consider investing in a basic smart speaker. Set it up to control just one or two things at first, like your living room lights and a daily medication reminder. Once you see how easy that is, you can gradually explore other features. The emotional benefit of a voice assistant is significant. It's like having a personal helper available 24/7, but without the complexity of fiddling with multiple remote controls or toggling small switches. This technology can drastically reduce the feeling of helplessness that sometimes creeps in when tasks become physically challenging. The autonomy gained from simply using your voice to manage everyday tasks can't be overstated. It's a low-effort, high-reward change that can make a huge impact on your quality of life. From controlling your lights to checking who's at the door, these new technologies blend seamlessly. But let's take a look at one of the most overlooked yet critical pieces of any senior's home environment: your heating and cooling system. Many people assume that managing temperature is as simple as adjusting a dial. The common misconception is that if you're cold, just turn up the thermostat, or if you're warm, crank it down. But there's an underlying issue that can catch you off guard as you get older. Fluctuating indoor temperatures can significantly affect your health. Frank, 80, learned this the hard way. He'd always been frugal and would try to minimize his heating bills by turning off the heat at night. One winter, he woke up shivering and realized his arthritis pain had intensified because his joints stiffened in the cold. Then he overcompensated by blasting the heater in the morning, which left him feeling fatigued and dehydrated. The constant extremes in temperature took a toll on his health, exacerbating existing conditions and making him more susceptible to colds and infections. Modern smart thermostats, however, remove the guesswork. They learn your preferred temperature settings and automatically adjust throughout the day and night. They can also detect whether you're home or away, helping you conserve energy without sacrificing comfort. Some models even connect with health monitoring systems, if you have them in place, to ensure the temperature remains at a level most conducive to your well-being. What's surprising is how these thermostats can sync with other devices, like your phone or voice assistant, so you can adjust settings remotely or with a simple command. Think of it as customizing your indoor climate to keep your body at ease, rather than enduring temperature swings that aggravate aches and pains. The practical step here could be as simple as installing a user-friendly smart thermostat that has large numbers and clear language. Test different temperature schedules to find the one that suits your comfort level best. Maybe a slightly warmer setting at night and a moderate one during the day. The emotional payoff is considerable. Consistent comfort translates into better sleep, less pain, and more energy to do the things you love. You're no longer dreading stepping out of bed in the morning or worrying about falling asleep in a chilly bedroom. You're in control in a subtle but powerful way. If you're still watching and appreciate the content so far, drop a 4 in the comments. Every bit of engagement tells me you find these ideas worthwhile, and it inspires me to bring you even more in-depth information. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Staying informed is one of the best ways to maintain your independence. We've covered lighting, security, voice assistants, and thermostats, but there's a crucial topic that intersects with nearly every aspect of a senior's daily life: medication management. A lot of older adults think, I already have a pill box, that's enough. The misconception is that a 7-day pill organizer is the gold standard for consistency. Yet with multiple prescriptions, changing dosages, or new medical conditions cropping up, it's easy to mix things up or forget a dose here and there. Meet Regina, age 77. She was managing medications for high blood pressure, cholesterol, and chronic joint pain. She'd done fine with a simple plastic pill box for years, until her doctor added a new prescription that had to be taken at a different time of day, with food. Next thing she knew, she was missing doses or doubling up by mistake, resulting in dizzy spells and unnecessary discomfort. Enter smart medication dispensers. These devices can be programmed to release the exact pills you need at the correct time, often accompanied by an audible alert or even a phone notification. Some models lock away the medication until it's time to take it, preventing confusion about whether you already took your pills. Others can even send an alert to a family member or caregiver if you miss a dose. The surprising insight here is that good medication management isn't just about preventing accidents. It's about preserving your mental clarity and emotional well-being. Nothing erodes independence faster than a serious health scare caused by an avoidable medication mix-up. By automating this process, you free yourself from the stress of constant second-guessing. Your actionable step could be as simple as looking into a basic smart dispenser that can handle multiple medications at varying times. Start by loading just one prescription into it to get comfortable with how it works. The emotional benefit is peace of mind, plain and simple. You can focus on more fulfilling activities, like gardening, reading to your grandchildren, or meeting friends for coffee, because you've eliminated that nagging worry about taking your pills correctly. Now turning our attention to something that goes hand in hand with security but zeroes in on convenience: smart door locks and doorbells. Many seniors think that as long as there's a sturdy lock on the door, they're fine. The misconception is that a traditional lock offers maximum protection and that smart locks are either too complicated or less secure. Hank, 82, lived in a multi-level home and struggled with mobility issues. Whenever the doorbell rang, it was an ordeal to get downstairs in time to greet visitors or delivery people. He'd rush, sometimes dangerously, to avoid missing them, and this caused a couple of near falls. Then he upgraded to a smart doorbell equipped with a camera and microphone. With a tablet in his living room, he could see who was at the door and even talk to them without having to move an inch. If it was a trusted neighbor or a family member, he could unlock the door remotely using a single button. What's truly counterintuitive is that these digital doorbells and locks aren't just about convenience. They can also boost your sense of community. You might think going high-tech creates distance, but Hank found the opposite to be true. He chatted with visitors more often, sometimes staying comfortably seated while catching up with a friend through the doorbell's two-way audio feature. And if you're worried about forgetting to lock the door before bed, many smart locks automatically secure themselves after a set period or can be checked from your phone. For a simple first step, you can start with a smart doorbell that integrates with a voice assistant. This will allow you to see and speak to whoever is outside. From there, consider adding a smart lock, focusing on models that have large, easy-to-press buttons or a touchscreen display with a big font. The emotional reward here is huge. You'll feel safer letting people in, and you'll no longer strain yourself trying to get to the door in time. That sense of control, knowing you decide who enters and when, can greatly diminish anxiety, especially if you live alone or in a quiet neighborhood. If you're still here and feeling empowered by these ideas, please comment 6 below. Your feedback helps guide me on which topics are most relevant to you. And if you haven't done so, subscribing is an excellent way to continue learning about tools and tips that keep you firmly in the driver's seat of your life. Finally, let's talk about a feature that almost no one considers until it's too late: fall detection and monitoring systems. Seniors often assume they'll just call for help if they fall, or that a simple medical alert button is enough. The misconception is that these buttons or pendants are the only line of defense, and if you're diligent about wearing them, you're covered. But let's be honest, buttons can be forgotten on a bedside table, or you might be unconscious and unable to press them. Consider Harold, 85, who took pride in his robust health until the day he slipped in the shower. He didn't have his alert pendant on him. He lay there for nearly an hour before help arrived. The harsh lesson? Even the most careful individuals can't predict every scenario. Modern smart home systems can include fall detection sensors placed in high-risk areas like bathrooms, stairs, and hallways. These sensors use accelerometers and other technology to detect abrupt changes in movement or if someone is immobile for an extended period. If a fall is detected, an alert goes out automatically, sometimes even providing your location inside the house. Some systems use wearable devices that monitor your vitals continuously, pairing with the home's sensors for a comprehensive safety net. This is a dramatic shift from older medical alert systems. Instead of waiting for you to push a button, these setups proactively seek help on your behalf. The surprising insight is that some advanced systems can also integrate with your smart lights. If a fall is detected at night, Lights might flash in certain patterns to alert neighbors or guide emergency responders to your location faster. For a practical first step, evaluate your home's most slippery or risky areas. Talk with a tech-savvy friend, family member, or local specialist about installing sensors in those spots. Start with 1 or 2 sensors, or opt for a wearable device that can sync with your phone. The emotional impact is profound. You regain the confidence to move around freely without that persistent anxiety about, what if I fall and can't get up? Freed from that worry, you can focus on living fully, whether that's baking, dancing, or playing with your grandchildren, knowing you're protected even when you're alone. Now that we've explored 7 game-changing upgrades, let's pull it all together. There's a common thread running through each of these features. They're designed to remove burdens, whether it's fumbling for a light switch, juggling multiple medications, straining to unlock a door, or fearing a fall. By strategically choosing and installing the right devices, you replace uncertainty with empowerment. Think of your home not as a place that confines or endangers you, but as a supportive ally that adapts to your needs. You might feel tempted to brush off these upgrades as unnecessary or too modern, but here's the truth. By ignoring them, you risk not just your safety, but also your peace of mind. Every day that passes without addressing these issues is another day you could miss out on enjoying your home to the fullest. Why settle for the stress of tiptoeing around potential hazards when the tools to eliminate those worries are readily available? Take a moment to envision what life would look like if each corner of your home was geared toward your comfort and independence. Picture waking up in a room that automatically warms to your favorite temperature, walking to the kitchen with well-lit hallways guiding you, hearing a friendly voice remind you of an important medication, and knowing your door is locked securely behind you with a single command. It's more than convenience. It's a lifestyle of dignity and autonomy. Now think about which of the 7 features resonated with you the most. Is it the advanced lighting that can guide your path at night? The security system that gives you peace of mind around the clock? The voice assistant that answers questions and helps you keep in touch with family? Or maybe it's the fall detection sensor you never knew you needed. Pinpoint the one change you can start implementing this week. Even a small step, like adding motion-activated nightlights, can serve as a gateway to bigger transformations. As you get comfortable with one upgrade, you'll find the idea of integrating others less intimidating. Before you know it, you'll be orchestrating a home environment that empowers you rather than holds you back. I'd love to hear your thoughts. In the comments, share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your experiences, questions, and even doubts can help guide future discussions on this channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Your support allows me to continue creating content designed to keep you living life on your own terms. And of course, share this video with someone who could benefit, whether it's a friend in their 70s, an elderly neighbor, or a family member who wants to help care for their loved ones. You have every reason to believe you can maintain your independence well past 65. Technology doesn't have to be intimidating. It can be a quiet, dependable partner that lifts daily burdens off your shoulders. The power to transform your home and preserve your autonomy rests in your hands. All it takes is the willingness to embrace a few new solutions. So here's to a future filled with comfort, security, and the absolute freedom to live as you wish in the very home you cherish.